The old D&D Beyond is still having issues loading up, but I got at least the main screen recording. So
Okay, well that'll work. So at about, I'd say probably just a couple minutes after you kind of see the tyrant ship start pursuing, and you kind of like started to situate yourself. You do hear a bit of a commotion on the deck, but nobody comes down. Nothing really, it sounds like somebody landed and stuff was happening.
all right,
But other than that, they kind of start cruising. So I guess we really come down to you now and say it's about an hour later. You've had your short rest. What would you like to do?
all right. So I would like to um, a shape change into a tiny little spider, and I would like to kind of investigate how many people do I see, like what is going on, like what is happening on the ship, basically.
Okay.
I'm
Um.
gonna get my
So
bearings,
you
and then
kind
I
of
can figure out a plan.
yeah. So you start crawling around the ship. Like give me like what kind of spider? Like I know you said like just a regular like house spider or something like that, but
Yeah,
tiny.
just like a
But
little warp
what
spider or something.
like one of the little jumping spiders or
Yeah.
okay. All right. So you're crawling around, and I posted up a map of this ship. So you that's basically kind of like when you're going through layout, you kind of get basically all that. You do count six GIF, the hippopotamus guys, um, and then five Gith Yankee, but uh, also Mikan is now there in. Mikan is in the. I'm going to say he's in the galley.
All right.
And you the shark thing is following behind as well. You kind of catch that as just out when you're out on the top deck and looking at stuff.
Is it in
But I'm gonna give
player handouts or something like this?
no, it's in the chat.
Okay. This is also very garbage. I don't know how to explain it, but most of the icons are tiny little white rectangles and stuff. Like, it's not good. And I don't see anything in chat except for Gith Yankee Warrior rolls.
You don't see anything above that.
I see persuasion checks, stuff from like 6 days ago. That's it.
Yeah, 6 days, 22 hours ago. Above that persuasion check, you should see the handout. I just tried to show to players as well, but it should be the layout of a damselfly ship.
Um, I don't. I see basically a couple of perception checks. Perception check from me, custom 1d4 from me, then a message from you, but it just has like a period, and then more persuasion
Odd.
checks. Yeah, but it's like the whole thing's not loading for me.
Sai, can you see it?
Um, so I had the ship layout from before. I see you now for the second time have tried to share something. Like I got a little pop up kind of thing. But there's nothing present. And if I go to, even if I do it as a pop out, there's nothing there.
Yeah, like
So
if I'm posted in our chat here, this
does
is
it
like
say,
the top of my chat is just a bunch of those little rectangles. I don't actually have icons there.
Oh yeah, you're straight board. What did you do?
I don't know, dude.
wow, man.
I just posted it again in chat. Let me know if that worked.
I see the thing in chat.
I don't.
Um,
It also is still like
You-
it's still loading wild space for me. Like no icons, no nothing.
Sai, you're fully connected though, right? Things need to be working and posting right.
aside from the aforementioned issues, like, yeah. Like the thing you just put in the chat, I see that.
Okay. Okay, so but mainly I'm just kind of like eliminating it being on my end.
Um,
Yeah, hold on a
I
second.
mean,
Maybe I have a
as
bad
far as I
image
You
know,
have
of it.
the issue exists between the keyboard and the screen, on both ends. So, or the keyboard and
Jesus,
the
Jesus. I have no strong opinions one way or the other.
I was about to say that.
I was just for some reason my Ethernet cable was giving me like a super slow connection. So
Probably a short.
I have unplugged that and I'm on Wi-Fi, and things seem to be working much better now. So
All right, my next suggestion was going to be a different browser, but let me
no,
know
you're good.
if you need to
I'm good. I
reload
see
and
it.
get in.
I see everything
All right,
now.
cool.
Okay,
All right,
so
cool.
I was in
Yes.
the armpit of the lower wing, right, like below the top deck letters.
Yeah, you're on the bottom of the ship below, like basically kind of where like that landing gear, like right behind where the landing gear meets
All right, sweet.
the main body of the ship. But as you're a spider, you're up crawling around. I'm gonna say it takes you probably, because of your size, it's gonna take you probably about 3 or 4 hours to really get the full layout and account.
Okay.
During that time, though, I am gonna give a roll, like just a chance roll that somebody spots a spider, because like
Yeah.
that would be weird in space.
Just for the record, spiders still have a 20-foot climb and movement speed.
I'm sorry, I'm still gonna make that. There's no way a house spider is gonna get the whole layout.
They're fast. Have you ever tried to catch a house spider? They're
Yeah, I've
rapid.
caught house spiders.
They're rapid.
All right, nobody seems to notice you.
All right, and at this point, we're flying. Have I heard anybody talking about, like, maybe where we're going, how long it's going to take to get there, any sort of anything that could potentially help me?
Likely not. A lot of it is. So by the time you took the rest and shifted up there, like it looks like they're kind of just in that well underway kind of situation.
Okay.
So they're just kind of cruising. People, like a lot of the crew seems to kind of be hanging out, in the cargo hold, mainly because like there's just not a lot of room up in the spelljamming helmet stuff.
Sure.
But it seems like they're playing cards, just kind of chilling. They don't expect to run into anything, and they're just kind of heading somewhere.
All right, and you said the cargo hold, is that like forward deck or main deck?
It's on the main deck.
5 up top.
Aft. Yeah, technically it's fully encapsulated.
Okay.
It's not outside the ship. Like you do have to walk down into it.
So it is where the main deck words are written on the bottom picture.
Yeah.
All right. That's where everybody's hanging out.
That's where most of like the GIF are hanging out. There's probably 3 Gith Yankee up on the front, 1 spell jamming, and 2 kind of up there.
Okay.
More than likely keeping an eye on, Mike in and just making sure everything's secure. And then the last Gith Yankee is kind of in the time that you're up there, he's probably mostly in the galley or in the quarters. Kind of just taking care of stuff.
Okay. So we have 1 in the helm, and then a couple others back and forth between galley and quarters. And then Miken is probably also in the quarters, or?
He's in the galley.
He's in the galley? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's, we go up into the galley. I'm sorry, into the forward deck there, and just like find a hiding spot, which I hope isn't going to be too difficult.
You have the bottom forward deck up down there
Yeah.
below everything. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because that's where most people are in, right above that. Right, they're in the main deck above that.
Yeah, that's like the operational center.
All right. Is there anybody here on this forward deck?
Not right now, no.
All right. Let's swap this around. I'm going to go to the forward main deck, right? Not the rear main where everyone is, but the forward main where Mike and the other three things are. Githyanki, I think you said.
Yeah, they're Githyanki.
And then I would like to find a secluded little place where I can hide my little spider body. And then I would like to use my telepathic voice to start shouting at them to get to the main deck, because there's whatever emergency happening. Just to kind of see if they'll go to the back. I'd probably mention something about somebody cheating at cards or somebody doing something and like everybody's starting to fight. Like, we need help separating the Gith because of their size. That should be a reasonable request.
Give me a persuasion check. Like, it's just weird that they would have voices in their head, but
well, it wouldn't be in their head. I would do it so they would think it's coming from the back of the ship.
Well, but there's still no audible sound, right?
There is no audible sound, but at the same time, that's all sound really is. It's just noise in your head.
Well, but there's a translation, there's a travel. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Give me a persuasion check. Like, we're gonna see what because you talked into the head of one of them already.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, that'll work. So the one that you recognize as, what was his name again?
Did that roll come through?
Keecher? No, it did not.
The hell, man.
The one that you recognize as Keecher, the guy that you talked to or whatever, orders one of the Githyanki to go, sort it out, basically. So he's going to go off and head to the back of the ship. But the Spelljammer, him, and then the one guy are still there. One nameless Githyanki warrior.
Okay. What the fuck? It disappears so fast I don't even get a chance to read it. Got it. Click here. Allow. Oh, because it's a new website. Got it. So I had to give it permission again. All right. So it's just me and two of them now?
It's you, two of them, and Keetru. So one of them is in the Spelljammer helm, and then Keetru and one other guy. And he sent off the other guard.
These are Githyanki, and they are pretty hardy to the best of my knowledge, right?
You fought them. I mean, you've definitely done damage and bloodied some of them before, but yeah, you would reasonably assume that they're relatively good combatants.
Okay. Can I... How am I going to do this? All right. I'm going to try one more time to talk to another one that's not the one that recognizes my voice and give them the same voice in their head situation. Hey, we need to report to the back. Whatever I would need to say to make that happen. I don't really know what a Gith would, or Githyanki would need to say to other ones to make them go, but allude to some sort of emergent behavior on the main deck, in the rear, in the cargo hold again, and see if I can get the other one to go back. So not the helmsman or the one that I know, but just the random Githyanki.
Um, so you see him kind of like perk up and look around, but he looks first to kind of like Takicher to see what's going on. Um, doesn't see him making any gestures or anything, and just kind of assumes it's the same thing as before. Sadly,
All right.
yeah, I'm gonna say it's been probably a few minutes. The other Yankees gonna come back and be like, I don't know what that was. Nothing's going on back there. They're just playing cards.
Okay. Was there anybody up in the top deck, like up top, or is it just in the main deck and up here in the main deck?
At this moment, nobody is up on the top deck.
Okay.
That like I said, that you're aware of. Like during, like I said, you don't know if they have patrols or if they have any routes like that or anything. But for right now, everybody's basically situated where you last saw them.
All right. Then let's see. Reasonable to this hatch in the middle of the floor to the forward deck. Is that locked or barricaded at all, or is it just a hatch that can be opened and shut at leisure?
It does not appear to be locked or barred in any way.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go into the galley. Is it a door that I can like go under or through like the top, or is it like bars and a cage?
It's a door, for sure, and yeah, there's space around it that you can squeeze through, being as small as you are right now.
All right, and is Mike in there alone?
At this moment, yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna try and talk to him and find out if he has any idea of where they're going or what they're going to be doing, stuff like that. So, and telepathically, obviously, since I'm a tiny little spider. Hey, Myken, it's Lorander. I'm in your head. Don't freak out.
He freaks out.
Of course he does.
You see him jump. He's just like, oh, what?
Shut up, man. Trying to mount a rescue mission here. Will you relax? Keep your voice down. Jeez.
He just kind of starts looking around.
Don't worry about it. Don't look at me. Mind your business. I'm just trying to help you. Listen. Is there...
Now he's actively looking away from
God.
everywhere.
You're killing me. Okay, you know what? Just keep doing that. Is there an idea? Do you know where we're going? Do you know where they're taking you?
He's gonna, try to whisper. He's like, probably the Hurricanes headquarters. That would be my guess if he wants me back.
Okay. And what about patrols on the ship? Do they patrol their ships, or is it because it's all of them? Or are they just kind of like, whatever?
They're usually pretty vigilant. The Hurricane runs a tight operation. People are very scared of him.
Right. Okay. Do you have any need or urge or desire to help me break you out of here? Or are you just satisfied going to the Mercane?
I mean, everything kind of stands before. I don't want to put anybody else in danger, but I also don't want to go. So, like, if you can save me, that'd be great. But don't get yourself killed doing something like that. That just make me feel worse.
That's very kind of you. But I'm already here, so might as well. Do you know if these Githyanki can fly? Like, is there just one Spelljammer on board?
I mean, most Githyanki have some spell capability.
Okay. So if I take out the helmsman, somebody else can just take his place.
Probably.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Quick question. When you guys told them that they got Mike and it's like Lorander, did you guys tell them what kind of ship they were flying? Or did you just say that they took him and left?
I know Joke did most of that explanation. I didn't voice this too much, but as it would have been, Kurt would have been filling in the various details of things he might not have stated.
You guys went through a whole debriefing
That Bowie
session, right?
Yeah, I mean we did a debriefing. I don't think necessarily everything we spoke out loud as players is everything that was said as the characters between like them and the officers.
Okay, I mean it was mainly a curiosity point there, but okay.
But my basic thought of it was that like Bowie probably would have been going over the broad strokes with Kurt filling in details of the minutia of things he might have left out in that. So that probably would have come up, especially if they had asked.
Okay.
I wouldn't know it. I don't recall if that exact detail was brought up in the conversation. So that's kind of why I go into this whole thing.
Yeah, so just making a note. So okay, all good.
Okay.
All right, so this catapult on the forward deck, or ballista, I guess, on the forward deck, that's a 4-round or a 5-round activation?
The ballista is 3. The mangonel on the top deck is 4.
Okay. All right. So, trying to decide if I'm going to start shooting the ship with itself. Mikan, do you recommend rescue mission now? Or, because I'm going to go up and I'm going to start blowing the ship up with the ship's weapons, is my plan. Do you think that waiting until we get where we're going would be a better idea? I'm not putting a lot of weight on your opinion just because you are who you are. You know, you're my damsel in distress. But, like, would you know these people? So would you recommend a rescue now or a rescue later?
Are you all here?
Yes, I am 100% here. All of my whole person, my whole body is here.
No,
I know you can only hear my voice in your head, but I guarantee my whole body is here.
No, everybody. Is everybody here?
Oh no, it's just me.
He kind of slumps a bit. Just goes, I don't.
Okay, calm down, Mike, and we know who the badass of the group is, right?
I don't think this is gonna work.
At either one?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
This isn't just like a gang of thugs, you know, like this is like real, like structured bad guys, and they're not even. I mean, they just don't care about other people. So like,
that's the whole point, man. All right, so I have two options. I can go up top, right, and start catapulting this ship with itself, or I can hide away and stay hidden until we get to where we're going, and when they offload and jump off the ship, I can somehow manage to keep you on it and spelljam us out of here back to Spelljammer Academy, where hopefully There's like a fucking rescue mission or something underway. But even though you sabotaged our ship, I just can't let it go. You know what I mean?
No, like I don't. No,
Okay.
you should just get out of here. I don't know.
I don't have anywhere to go. All right, I'm gonna. Okay, stay here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go up to the top deck and check out
Yep.
this catapult.
All right.
You said the
So
GIF and the shark are behind, right?
no, just kind of the shark, which it's not a shark. I forgot what it's actually called, but it's the only thing that's kind of like floating around outside. The Gith you remember talking to is the one that's inside, that's been giving orders. Like the one time you had like did the message thing, he gave the order for that guy to go check it out. Presumably he is in charge.
All right, and so it's just the shark.
Yes.
I can fly that shark, right?
Um, I mean, just as well as you could probably, steal somebody's horse and ride it. Like that's your, I think, the the amount of knowledge you had about these creatures.
Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Um how far from the main deck, the galley, to the back of the ship on the Stinger or the Taylor, whatever the fuck that is?
How long is a damselfly?
Did you need something? Okay.
A damselfly is about, it's 100 feet long.
All right. Um okay. I have a plan. It's a bad one, but I have a plan nonetheless.
Okay.
I am going to. Let's see. I think I'm going to summon Beast up top. That way I'm not like doing it where anybody can hear me or anything like that. It's a 90-foot range. Concentration lasts an hour. It's like 30 hit points, 13, 12 armor class. Just a bestial spirit. I'll choose just a land animal. Do you want me to post this in?
Yeah, go ahead and send the card. You're doing this up on the main deck area by the Mangadal?
Yeah. So I want to do it up, like where it says top deck, kind of. On the profile view on the bottom.
So in between the two hatches that go
Yeah.
down. Okay.
Yeah. So I'd like to do it there, and basically just make it to where I can hop over the catapult side, send the beast down into the main deck to cause a ruckus. Hopefully, get people from the forward main deck to run to the back, that sort of thing.
Okay, let's hold on summoning it real quick.
Sure.
right, so you summon the beast. It's a land animal. What kind of land animal? Just
Um,
what would you do? What would you do?
Probably like a bear or something, just as intimidating as possible. Maybe one with rabies, or the appearance of. It's just a spirit beast. It's just like a regular bear or wolf or something. I'd probably do a bear.
Okay, cool. So this bear hits the deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do you do?
So up in the middle of the top deck where he is, so I'm over where the catapult is, right? Kind of crouched down, so nobody can see me. I make a lot of freaking ruckus on the top deck here, hopefully gathering attention of both forward and rear main deck, and then running down into the rear main deck.
Okay, so you had to drop form to do that, right?
Yes, so I am in Lorander form right now.
Okay, so Lander form hits that. What do you mean making ruckus? Like you're making ruckus, or you're telling
No,
the
the
beast to make
beast
ruckus?
would be doing all of the roaring and scratching and smashing that a bear would do. Were
All
it on
right.
a spaceship flying through space.
Yeah, I mean, pretty quick. Um, One Githyanki comes from the main deck in the front, and then I'm gonna say probably most of the GIF are headed towards from the back deck, but it's cramped getting them up there. But I think we're gonna have to do a weird initiative count here.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring in the brown bear to track your who's and what's it.
Okay.
So the brown bear is your summoned pet for now.
Okay.
And we'll just have to pencil and paper his hit points, I guess, for a bit.
Sure.
There's all the NPCs initiatives.
I didn't see their initiatives.
Yeah, they came out. It's Yeah, they just exploded on my screen.
Nice.
It's really the crazy part. Like, it's a lot.
I didn't think there were that many.
There's 4 Githyanki and 6 GIF.
Oh, 6 GIF.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Let's crank that bear's hit points to 30. We'll track it with your sheet, guy. Because it's 30 hit points, right?
pack tactics. No, hold on.
Yeah, 30
so.
for land,
Yeah, 30
plus
land.
5 for every spell above 2, but it's just 2. Okay.
Yep.
Armor class of 13. Right? 11
Yes.
plus 2 for the spell. Okay. Okay. Where's Keecher? We'll make this one that took damage. Oh, that's him. Okay. Cool. Cool. Delete him then. The Keecher's not doing anything. Theoretically, you are up now for
All
your
right. Do we
action.
have actual like a log, or is it basically just me and my bear? Because I don't have any initiatives other than ours.
No, I can. Theoretically, they're all hidden, so
All right.
there
Then
you go. You should see them all
is
now.
have any of the dudes from the main deck forward run to the main deck rear?
Not yet. So basically, what happened is you see a Githyanki kind of pops the hatch open, sees the bear, and a GIF basically around the same time is also popping open the back hatch, seeing the bear, and they're going to attack.
All right. Okay. So me and the bear on the same initiative
Uh,
because I control it, or is it separate? I don't see that in here. Call forth a spirit manifests when you cast.
yeah,
Shares your
shares your initiative
initiative.
count.
Yeah, okay. Takes its turn immediately after yours. All right. I am going to bonus action spider. Baby spider. So I am little again. And then I am going to hold. No. I'm going to baby spider, stand still. Let's before bonus action baby spider, I will cast jump on myself.
Is jump? Can you link that for me?
Yeah, sorry. Let me make sure it's not a concentration or anything. It is just a triple the jump
Cool.
distance for a minute situation.
The grasshopper's hind leg. All right, cool.
It does not belong to any bugs we know. So I'll do jump, and then I'll spider, and that will be my turn. And then for the bear, I'm going to have him run around the abdomen of the ship. So instead of going like down into the main deck front or back, I'm going to have him just like directly turn right and just start running around the outside of the ship.
All right.
Just in hopes of things following him, really.
Well, that they will.
And he can move 30 feet. So I'll go around and like maybe down towards the legs, like just trying to find as much real estate as possible to make a
Yeah, I
whole
got you.
30-foot movement.
All right. So the Githyanki that opened the door is going to. You see him take off around the side of the ship as well, but basically he's going to use his movement, head that way, and then he's going to Misty Step and attack the bear.
Okay.
Does 13 points of damage. These guys don't have, or do have. Oh, they do. Okay. Womp womp.
Always fun.
Womp womp. Sorry, you didn't catch this, but the bear takes a massive hit and then weird, awkward miss. One of the GIF who apparently have no gear for whatever reason.
I love it. They were just resting and relaxing.
They weren't, but I don't know why they came in with no gear. That's what I thought. All right. What are the ranges on these things? So I'm gonna do the next two GIF together, but they are. So the bear's like 60 feet away from this point. Mainly wrapped around the ship. So, all right. You see two GIF kind of like bumbling, getting out of the hole. They're gonna run off around, and then you hear shots as they're shooting with their guns. This multi-attack stuff is crazy. Alright, that's one GIF. Womp womp. His gun explodes. He ends his turn. Right, this guy's doing other stuff. You see two more of the GIF come up and kind of basically like are standing on the deck. You see like they're kind of taking this basically position to guard behind and like not even sure where the hell this bear came from, but they're looking out into space. And you don't know what these GIF are doing or that Get Yankee, so it's going to come back around to Keetru's turn. Who? What does Keetru do? You're up on deck. You don't know what Keetru does right now.
Okay.
And it's your turn again.
All right. So. How many of the three in the front did I see come up?
Just one for right now.
Okay. I am going to, as sneakily as I can, make my way down to inside of the forward main deck.
Okay.
And I can roll like stealth or something if you want.
Right now, you're just a tiny spider again, right?
Yeah.
Right now in all the chaos, I'm going to say that nobody's really going to spot you.
All right.
You're able to run down in there if you want.
Okay, I do. I just want to get an idea in the main deck, so I would kind of come in around where the turret rotator is, because it seems like that would be kind of a good hiding spot and like what's going on in here now.
All right. I mean, as you run in, you see the guy that the Spelljammer is still just in the thing. You see Keetru's kind of like beside him, keeping an eye out on like what's ahead, trying to figure out where this attack is coming from. The other one is standing by the door to guard where Mikan is.
Okay. Can I sneak under the door? To where Mikan is?
Yeah, I'd say you can get through there, get in there.
Okay. I am... Alright, so here's my idea. For my turn, I would like to... Alright, so, Mikan. I've caused a ruckus, bud. I think I'm going to turn into a bear, okay? A gigantic bear. My idea is, once I am a bear, or maybe a wolf, I don't really know, but we're gonna hightail it out of here, okay? So you just jump on my back, ride me like a stallion, okay? And I am going to jump us to the shark behind this ship. Maybe you didn't see it before, but I made a pretty awesome jump between some like helicopter blades. It was pretty sweet. I'm gonna try it again. It's 2 for 2. Okay.
What's a helicopter?
It is when mind flayers have tentacles and they spin around really fast. It helps propel them, gives them balance, gives them a center of gravity, all kinds of things like that. It's a new slang.
Okay, I will. Okay.
But I'm serious. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to turn into an animal. I'm going to knock this fucking door down if it doesn't just fall down from me being so large in this room. And then I am booking it. So you had better hold on and hold on tight.
All right, I mean, you can tell he's nervous, but he kind of like slowly tries to quietly stand up.
All right. And DM, that is what I would like to do. I think between the two options that I have, I would like... let's say... the dire wolf.
All right.
Would give me a 16 AC and 37 hit points and 50 foot of movement speed. And with my jump spell, that would give me 150 feet of jump, right?
Speed of 50. What does jump do? Is triples
3x?
Your jump, right?
Yeah.
And jump distance is strength score times something, I think. Three times your strength modifier if you move 10 feet.
Okay, so I thought it was movement speed. Okay, so 3 times strength mod if you move 10 feet.
Yeah, that's how you can get your long jump.
Okay.
So that's 9, so 27 feet after moving 10 feet.
Okay. But long jump is different from just jump, isn't it?
A standing high jump, a standing jump without moving is half of that.
Okay. So plus 3 times 3 is 9 times 3, right?
Yeah, that's your standard jump, so is 9. And then with your jump spell it's 27.
All right, so let's... And jump is not an action, right? It's just part of your movement?
Yeah, it's just part of movement.
So theoretically, I can bonus action wild shape into a dire wolf, which will be large for this little space. I'm hoping to break the door down at the same time. Like position myself at the door. That way when I wild shape, I just kind of like overload the door.
So the galley isn't like, it looks tiny, like this is a small ship, but the galley I think is still like probably 10 or 15 foot wide. Like it's still a pretty large area.
Okay. So I see that it's wide, like it's 3 wide, but if I've like faced the door, my length would be longer than...
That's what I meant was wide, was from like the door wall to the exterior wall.
Okay.
It's not, the grid on here I don't think is scaled to 5 feet, because it's like, why would you make a closet and call it a galley, or quarters, because the other side's quarters. So I'm going to go with their probably 10 foot wide or 10 foot blocks just to try to make life easy.
Okay. Have you seen the map at the bottom, or the legend at the bottom right corner of the map?
1 square's 5 feet. Yeah, that's... I'm sorry, that's dumb.
That's what I was going off of. That's all.
Okay.
Right.
I can't, why would you have a 5 foot wide quarters?
To make your prisoners uncomfortable.
But no, that's not... You don't put prisoners in quarters. You put your crew in quarters.
That's the same thing. All right. So
Let's agree it.
in that case, I will just
A
wild
lot of
shape.
social commentary here. Jeez.
I will wild shape into a dire wolf. If I'm not big enough to break the door open by doing that, I will tell Myken to get on. Once he is on, I will try to run through the door.
All right. Since you're trying to position that way and trying to basically get a free action out of breaking a door down, I will say that I'll give you a luck chance. Roll a d100, you get less than a 10. Sure, you broke the door down. Otherwise, you're just kind of in the room, and Mike is going to jump on you.
All right. 77 is not lower than 10. All right, so I'm in the room. Myken jumps on me.
Yep.
I'm gonna, let's see, would scratching the door, like just like with my paw, be an action? Just like not trying to do damage or do anything to the door, just scritchy scratch.
Interacting with an object is usually an action, so I'd have to go with yeah.
Okay. Then I will have Myken on my back, and I'll just make racket. I will only interact with my dog's vocal cords. And I will growl and make scary sounds. And I am going to hold the dash action. And as soon as the door starts to open, if it should start to open, I am going to haul all the ass out of here. Is that good?
Okay, so you're effectively taking the dash action already, and then holding your movement to on a trigger if the door opens, you'll move.
Yes.
Because I was gonna say with the movement to get from top deck down into here, like you're probably out of movement already.
Yes, holding my dash to see if the door opens, or dashing, and then if the door opens, booking it.
All right.
Is
Yeah,
that acceptable?
you can do that. What's your bear doing?
Bear is continuing the run.
Okay, cool. So that'll be the bear's turn and Steady's turn because he's spent his whole time chasing. The two gifts, on the other hand, are going to shoot again because guns are awesome.
Did the one's gun break?
One of his guns did, yeah. So first gift misses with an 8. You guys are just hearing explosions go up.
Come on, they can miss. It'll be fine. They can miss again. Yes.
He does. All right. So that gift misses. Second gift is going to pull out a different gun.
Nice.
They have those, and he hits.
No, I have a 13.
That's right. It's 13.
Oh, yeah,
all right.
13.
Well,
So
I forgot the spell added to it.
yeah. That motherfucker put my bear
Give
to
his
sleep.
stupid hit points back. Why can't you shoot now?
He doesn't want to. He's like, oh no, fellow animal. Damn.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. Oof, max damage. Yep. Good
Oh
night.
yeah, lots of damage. All right, so to bear, you feel that spell's not being concentrated on anymore.
Alrighty.
And then that's their gift, and then this is the inside gift. So oh no, I think he was that one. Yeah, shit. Okay. So he does that. These two are doing that. This one is going to. I mean, he's gonna open the door. So he opens the door, and then you take off running. I'm guessing you're heading up the stairs. Is the direction you're trying to run?
Yes. So up the stairs, up all the way as far towards the back as I can get, because my goal is to leap from this onto the other ship.
Or you mean onto the Star Lancer, the shark?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's not ready, so he's not going to get his full barrage of attacks, but he is going to take a swing. He's the shit. You're within range, I promise.
Oh my god, so much.
You take 18 damage there. And then you head up, and I'm going to say, what does that look like to me? You probably get to basically right outside the hatch, I think. Like, so you're up on that top deck with the rest of your movement, is what I would say.
Okay. So long jump is strength score, not modifier?
Uh, no, it's so jump, no matter what, is strength modifier times 3 feet. Um, but if your standing jump is half of your long jump, so your long jump is the 3 time modifier. That's how far you go. If you weren't moving, you take half that for your jump distance.
Alright, I don't want to be that guy that argues with the DM, but I'm looking at the player's handbook right now. And it says when you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. I only am thinking about this because it would have been impossible for me to make the jump that I did on the other ship if I were only able to move strength score modifier times 3. I wouldn't have been able to do it.
That was also you jumping with gravity for most of that jump. Is I think why I did some of that, but I mean we can definitely take a look at jump rules again. Okay, so with lots of fun math stuff. So your with a running start, which you have done, your long jump is 17 feet horizontal, but only 6 feet off the ground. You could reach up and grab something as a wolf up to 15 feet off the ground.
Just because of sheer size of the wolf.
Yeah.
Alright, so theoretically in D&D realism, possible to try and make it to the shark from this ship then?
So you have, what was that, 46? So it's 46 horizontal feet. And then I guess it triples your height too, so 18 feet height. I mean, yeah, I'd say that. Where's the ship? Ship is 100, basically, it's 100 feet long. Um, so you're probably So yeah, it's 20. So that'd be you're at 20, 45, 50. You're at the top of the hatch where you reach the top of the stairs and get out onto the top deck, 60 feet from the needle. Where the Starlights are, I have no fucking clue at this point. Because I
You
mean,
just
I'm
lost it.
assuming he's around the ship somewhere. Like it's, um. So I'm gonna make just a few rolls so that I don't, make a decision off in general.
I do not like the fate dice.
All right, about so when you get to the top deck, he's about 20 feet um, in front of the ship. Like so, I'd say he's a little up, little out, but basically like 10 feet up, 20 feet out above the ship, where like the viewing port for like the what would be the Spelljammer windscreen and all that crap is at.
Okay.
So as you come up, he's behind you.
So, running up the stairs costs how much movement?
Um,
5, 10, 15,
gonna say
20?
basically it was. If we treat the squares as 5, it'd be 25 to get out on the top deck.
Okay. And then I can jump to the front where I could jump again to the other one.
Well, no, I mean a jump is part of your movement. So if you jump, that would be that part of your movement.
Right, but then but I mean like the shark is in the front of the ship. So I could jump towards the front of the ship, like over the catapult and stuff, land above that little screen is what I'm assuming that is, above the main deck writing on the bottom profile picture, and then I could jump from there to the shark subsequently on another turn.
Oh yeah, well, you'd need 10 feet of movement for your full jump, but yeah, I mean, I think even half would get you theoretically close enough.
All right.
Because you'd be what? It's 20.
25 remaining.
You're only about 40 feet away right now. The problem I would say is that the bigger problem is you've ran in a direction that's not your long jump. So I think part of that is you do have to run in the direction of your jump.
Got it. So if I took, what would it be, 5 more towards the rear of the ship and then ran 10 back, would that count? Like turning around, seeing where the ship is, taking a 5-foot back step, and then galloping that 10 forward, could I then jump to the shark from there?
Yeah, you just don't have 15 foot of movement left.
Well, at the top of the thing, when I have 25 left?
No, it took 25 to get there.
I have 50 feet of movement as a wolf.
That's insane. Yeah, you could do that. You could make that jump.
That's why I chose the wolf.
That is a lot of movement.
It is exactly what I needed it for. I will fucking try it then.
Okay.
We're gonna go careening off into space, or we're gonna do something cool.
That was it. So as you're doing that, like taking that step back, you're going to step into the GIF that you remember the two that we're guarding. You're going to step into range of one of them. If you try to do it that way, theoretically, I think you could turn and try to jump without doing it. I'd say you probably wouldn't feel as confident with sticking that jump, but
I really want to stick the jump, like really. So I have 19 hit points left.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with trying to get as much out of this jump as I can. So if I get hit by a GIF, so be it.
Okay. All right. That works. He's going to longsword you because it's what they do. 19 will hit. 4 minimum damage though.
Nice.
5 damage.
Okay.
All right. So you make the jump. So athletics check. You need a DC 10 athletics to get over the mangonel towards the shark. That's just it's in the way. Then you're also going to need a DC 10 acrobatics check to accurately land on the Star Lancer.
All right, so I need strength and dex to pull this off. All right.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't want to roll. You ever get that
Get
feeling
your
where
dice
you're
out.
just like, I don't want to roll?
Oh, no, I totally get it. I mean,
I'm going to roll,
I'm
but
looking
I'm
here
going
at
to
the
close my
rules.
eyes. All right?
And what's crazy, it's like you can't jump over an object that is more than 12.6 feet tall. And I'm like, the mangonel is, but fuck it, let it ride.
Oh my god, I did it. Okay.
Yep, so you managed to clear the mangonel and you're
Okay.
lobbing into space.
If my wolf could scream, that's what would be happening right now. But like awesome screams, not like girly screams. Okay, that's Myken. The girly screams are coming from Myken, not me. And now a dex. Fuck. Okay, I can do that. I can press that button.
I just let you do all of that with you carrying something too.
Well, I mean, his strength is large. He is large. His strength is large.
A barbarian dragging a body, I'd still give him half movement.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he? They're in a medium though. That makes sense. Like large creatures get different carrying capacities.
Even a player character that's playing a golem or a bugbear that counts as a large creature for carrying, I would still give them half movement to move like allies around and shit.
All right. Well, let's pretend like we're not thinking about that right now. Let's go back to what I was doing.
Give it to you because we're already into it. So
I don't like all this sense that you're making.
I know, it sucks. Oh, fuck. That's a low number.
All right, so run. You take the hit from the Githyanki. You run up the stairs. Quick glance over your shoulder sees the Star Lancer. You run, probably bounce off the GIF as you use him to try to make the 180. Run, jump, clear the mangonel, and just kind of start floating into space.
Lovely.
As you just kind of like the Star Lancer probably a little bit just shifts to the side, and you just kind of like float by. You and Mike are just looking at him. You know the scene from what's that show about time travel that everybody uses the GIF now, where it has the
This is bad, but I love the comedy of it.
Yes, exactly. Where two people drive by each other in their cars and they're just staring at each other as they drive by. That's kind of what happens.
Yep. Okay. Okay. But that's where the end of this segment is, right? And like at the beginning of the next segment, it's still where we are. That's like this 10-second thing.
Yeah, like you're in the bubble. You're basically ending your turn as you get right past the Star Lancer. So you're just there, and that's where the moment is for everybody else to take their turns.
Okay. All right.
I don't think you're gonna like everybody else's turns.
Say what?
So I don't think you're gonna like everybody else's turns.
Probably not, but I mean, shit happens.
Yep. All right. Well, this guy is flying the ship. But it's end your turn for him, so you just keep the tracker going.
Oh, okay. Yep.
This guy is flying the ship, so he's going to keep pace with you. So that's his whole thing. He's just going to keep pace with you floating. The GIF, these two GIF are on the back of the ship, so they're going to Spend their whole turn running back around. This is the gift that opened the door, so he's going to spend his 30 foot of movement, well, 25, I think, yeah, to get out and out to the deck. You're like 50 feet away from him. He's going to basically dash to the front of the ship. That'll be him for now. These GIF are going to pull out their guns.
They do.
Specifically aiming at you. It's a miss.
Thankfully, that's a big fucking number.
That's a miss.
Yeah, keep it up. Keep up the good work, fellas.
Fucking stormtroopers over here.
Yes, continue. Vader's training school for light blasters. I love it. Yeah.
They all just fucking whiffed it.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
It's absolutely insane.
The dice want this to happen so hard.
These GIF are under the deck. Hearing shots, I'll say they'll come out this turn, but they're not going to do anything. That's not true. What is this guy? What has he been doing this whole time? That's the one that was on the back of the ship. Yeah, this guy's going to spend his whole turn running back around as well. This is the gift that's coming out now. So, I want to say, let me see if I can find a picture real quick just before I do anything stupid. Alright, so yeah, there's definitely a windshield on the Damsel flagship. Basically, the front of it just has giant eyeball things looking at the windows.
Yeah.
So Kichiro can see you.
Mm-hmm.
So he is going to roughly. He is going to basically run outside and Misty step onto the Star Lancer. And that's basically all of his, because he has to dash to get out there at bonus action. So you see him kind of like in the window. You see him disappear up the stairs. He comes out, and then he just, you know the spell Misty Step. I'm sure you've seen somebody do it before.
Oh yeah.
And you see him appear on the Star Lancer next to you. And it's your turn. Somehow didn't get any damage that round.
They have a 60-foot Misty Step. Those motherfuckers.
No, he doesn't have a 60-foot Misty Step, but he ran. Basically, he dashed.
Oh, he dashed.
So he
as
ran
well.
and dashed
okay.
and Misty Stepped. Yeah.
So he can't go anywhere. His turn this time.
Theoretically, the Star Lancer could, but no. I'm saying that he basically did that whole thing to get out there.
Okay. How far am I from the Star Lancer now?
$15
Perfect. I'm going to use my last wild shape to go into an octopus. And I have a 15-foot reach with my tentacles.
Now, you've wild shaped 3 times already.
I've wild shaped a bunch, but it's been hours, right?
But I mean, not through. So like you're scouting. I say you could get one back from that spider for sure.
Well, I have to. I
back
only
into
last
the
2
spider,
hours.
But back into this. So we'll hand wave that the spider searching, but you turned into a spider and a wolf in the sense of like this recent time frame. right? Because you turn into a spider.
Right, I was not a spider already. Okay. That's what I was going with, was that I was already a spider still. Okay, let me come up with something else then.
Playing the D&D movie druids.
Oh my god, I just watched that again, dude. She's so fucking awesome. Dude, I love it so much. Like,
it definitely makes for a lot
explains
more...
why druids only have a limited number of wild shapes, right? Like,
yeah, I think that there is a world in which you don't give wild shapes their own HP bar, and you let them wild shape as much as they want.
It's just druid HP, and you can do what you want to do.
Yes.
Or each wild shape has like a temporary hit points of like plus 10 or something like that.
Yeah, something. Well, see, because then you could permanently just keep getting that plus 10, which would be really broken. Like, that's just a lot of HP. I think that's why there's a charge on it more than anything else, is because they get all these extra perks and whatnot.
No doubt. All right, so will you explain to me what it is floating in wild space? What is my feeling? Is it like water? Can I swim towards the ship? Like, what happens now?
So in space, like, so in the space that you have, so you're not actually theoretically in wild space. Like, I know it's called wild space for the map and everything, but you're in what's called realm space because you're still like within the solar system. In the solar system, it acts a lot like space. Like, we know about it as space. Is you need some way to propel yourself, either magically or mechanically, to be able to move around. Wild space is a little different. Realm space does follow a lot of our normal space rules.
Okay, so now there's also like gravity on all objects. If me and the Star Lancer were out here alone, floating in space, would we eventually collide? Or am I not close enough to such a small object for us to impact each other's gravitational pull?
You'd have to be within a certain part anyway. You are still within the gravitational pull of the Star Lancer. So, like, your leap, I'd say you kind of got out to the max leap that you would have got to it.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, you'd probably start drifting back towards the ship, turn over turn. Like, as the gravity brings you back to it.
Okay. So this turn, 15 feet away from the Star Lancer. And you said propulsion, magic or otherwise. Could I thunder wave myself towards the Star Lancer?
Man, you bring physics into a game and you really break some shit. I will say that for the purposes of propulsion, you can utilize Thunderwave to not knock back anything in front of you, but instead take the force yourself to push you towards it.
Sweet.
Yes, if you'd like to try to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do that. I'm gonna drop shape with my free action, and with my action, I am going to attempt to propel myself towards the Star Lancer.
All right, give me Thunderwave real quick.
Yep. That is not what I meant to do. I meant to do that one. There you go.
And then give me a piloting check just to see how well you maneuver. So it'd be like a D20 plus your spellcasting
What is
mod.
that? Our spellcasting?
Yeah, whatever your spellcasting mod is. And we'll do that is the same DC as like a normal check. So like above 10, you'll go where you want. 15 will like get you really close, and above a 20 gets you basically bang on.
So is that just a D20 plus my spellcasting? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right. 18?
Okay, so yeah, you're basically you're right on the Star Lancer after the end of that, because it pushes you how far? 10 feet?
Yeah.
Well, no, it pushes you basically there is that 5-foot gap still. So because you're 15 foot away. So the 10 foot still puts you at 5 foot away.
Okay.
But you're like in line with it. You know, if you had more momentum or a little more boost, like you'd be right on it. I'm assuming you grab what's his idiot?
Yeah, I figured when I dropped shape, he's holding onto my back. He's probably still holding onto my back.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, what's his idiot's? Yeah, there with you. I just wanted to clarify. You did want to take him with you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'd fucking be damned if I came all the way out here to rescue his dumbass and I let him drift off into space.
It was all an elaborate plot to kill the man.
Exactly. Like, don't worry, guys. Took care of him for you. My bad about the bear on the ship. I'll just be going my own way now.
So yeah, loud boom, and you're just outside of being able to like hit the thing if you wanted to.
Okay. And then I think, for the purposes of everything bad that's about to happen, let's try a bonus action. Let me make sure it only does what I want it to do. Okay, yeah, I'm going to cast Healing Spirit on myself. Not like on myself, but like in my space. You want that one too?
Yeah, sure. All right. So okay, that's the thing that stays there, and every turn you get a heal or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Busted ass spell. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a bonus action. All right.
Yep.
Wow, it's a bonus action too. That is some horse shit. All right.
Sir. Yes, sir. That's the kind of horse shit that I am about.
That's the rub, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the stuff. So, there's no bear to control, so that's my turn.
And that's the pilot. These two. All right. This is where it gets rough.
Mm-hmm.
Because this one still has his musket. So they made it back to the top. They're attacking you.
That's a lot of damage.
So, you're not a wolf anymore.
I am not a wolf anymore.
So would you please take 10 points of damage for me?
I have taken 10 points of damage.
All right, that was first musket. All right, another musket.
It's too much.
All right. You could use a reaction.
Ooh,
what reaction do you have?
What reaction do I have? I don't know. Fucking silvery barbs.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I was like, what do you have that you could use?
Yeah, I'm going to use that.
All right. So that forces a reroll, right?
Yep.
It did not. Did you roll the d20?
I didn't do anything.
It rolled a 22 for some reason. But I don't. It gave it. Oh, no, it rolled it again. Yeah, he rolled 22 on the second one. That's what it is.
All right. 7 points.
No, it's still the 22. It didn't really. Fuck this game. All right, let's see if he hits you. So, 15?
No.
Okay, so yeah, that would have caused it to miss. So I'll undo the 7.
Sweet.
I did the damages. That's his turn.
Oh my god, there's 5 more.
Oh yeah, plus to get the Yankee.
Yeah.
This one does not have his musket, so pistoles.
Give me the old pistola. I cannot use reaction. I can only do that once.
May not have marked off the usage on your sheet.
It's all good. Okay, 5. Not bad.
That was his first one.
I'm
So
alive
second
still.
one.
I'm alive. Okay. Whew.
And then a miss. Alright, then
All
it's
right.
his
Keep
turn.
them missing. Keep them missing. All whammies.
This is the one that ran up to the front.
All whammies all the time.
So this one is going to Misty Step and try to grapple you, I think.
Yes, please save my life.
So he's going to grapple you, which I believe is a strength check versus your either dex or strength based, whatever.
Okay.
Athletics or acrobatics, basically.
All right. It's all the same. Oh no, he got me. I'm saved.
Well, you're grappled, which means you're restrained.
That's perfect. I'm restrained and not floating in space.
Well, I think it's more he's floating with you. Like again, and you're still within the gravity well of the ship. Like the ship is still with you guys.
Okay.
Because the pilot looks like he's flying and kind of just keeping you where you are.
Just stringing me along.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's what he's doing. But the reason that this kind of sucks for you is because now every other attack has advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully they roll natural ones and hit their buddy instead.
I was gonna say, if they're shooting at him and he's grappled by their friend, do they still have advantage on him?
I think attacks on restrained targets have advantage, regardless.
Okay.
But I will double check before.
I was gonna say, they're how far away?
Yeah, they're probably about 40, 50 feet.
Hmm.
Most of these GIF, anyway.
I mean,
Nerve.
guy must really trust his friends with the guns. That's all I'm saying.
Shooting the apple off the head, man.
So when you're grappled, you're theoretically restrained. But, well, we'll just keep it for now with attacks not having advantage on grappled, and it requires incapacitated specifically. So we'll just rule that way for now. So it's just a regular thing. So the 17 misses.
Regular grapple, no restraint.
Yeah.
All right.
18 this time, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's asking you for a reaction.
I'm just gonna cast the reaction real quick so it stops, maybe? Can I? Did it do it? Maybe it won't ask again. Another 5 damage.
Yeah, it's 5. I think there it goes. I just forced it through to
Okay.
reduce it.
I'm keeping track in D&D Beyond because it's keeping track on here whenever you hit me.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah, 5 damage. Yeah, right on here, so you're good. And that's the end of his turn.
Too much damage.
Frank.
Make him stop.
Frank Giff.
Make him stop.
This is the problem, man.
I
That's
know.
a miss.
I know. I'm just trying to be a hero, okay?
That's a miss.
Nice. The dice are with me sometimes.
Diplomatic gift.
That would have fucking hurt. Okay. Okay, come on. Come on, slow down, man. You're in such a hurry to hit me. Let these things play through. Jeez.
Nah, man. These are just wild errant shots flying out at you.
Pop, 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 pop. Gith on deck with an Uzi.
Basically. What was this Gith Yankee doing? He was the one that was... He was the one by the door. He's the one that ran around. So he made it to the top of the ship last turn. Sees you. Yeah, he wants you to. He's gonna run out. He's gonna Misty Step, run Misty Step, and do a bunch of attacks though, instead of grappling. Just Misty Step. Gets right next to you and multi attacks. with the sword.
Here's
No,
where it
not
ends.
most.
Here is where it ends. Yep. Yep, that's a lot.
And it's gonna be they do psychic damage on top. They are big boys.
Oh my god.
Wow. Next attack. Oop, misses.
Ugh.
So a big slash into you. His buddy's holding you back, and then a big miss. Alright, it's his turn. Alright, Gift, let's see if you can recover for your buddies. Nope. Another wide shot. You must just be hard to hit. 15, and that's a miss. Alright.
Well, they're scared they're gonna hit their buddy, man.
Yeah, I mean, that tracks, definitely. But here's where it kind of ends, because Keytrue is going to fly on over and multi-attack. As well with his sword. Oh, yeah, he's going to roll a fucking 2.
Perfect. He's gonna hit me on the next one though. There's no way all of these can miss in a row. Oh Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I mean, on the flip side, you're grappled, so. It's your turn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What would you like to try?
Well, I'm gonna take my healing
Yep.
for being in the spirit, the Holy Spirit. I mean the healing spirit. It's a 6. Hopefully, it's a big number. It's 4. So I'll take it. So you can fly this shark without being connected into the helm, right?
The shark? The shark is a creature.
So it's like a horse.
Yeah, it's like a mount. It is its own thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a spice pony.
It's a spicy water pony. Or space pony.
Fun fact: when you have a flying speed, you can turn into one because you've now seen one.
Nice.
I mean,
I'm
assuming
probably
you
gonna
live.
die, but yeah. I mean, it sounds cool in theory.
When? I mean, if you ever have a flying.
Uh-huh. So when you are grappled, what does that do to you? Speed becomes 0, can't benefit from bonus. Condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. If an effect removes
Quick,
the
put
grappled
on some
creature.
lipstick. Scream like a girl, put a bow in your hair, and offer to surrender.
Going to Thunderwave. The guy's right in front of me, right? Like he's on me.
Well, so you have a guy that's grappled you. For the sake of argument, I'm gonna say the guy that grappled you, Misty stepped behind you to grapple you.
Mm-hmm.
The one that came up, the one that Misty stepped into your face and attacked you, is in front of you, and then Keytrue, who was on the shark, drifted in from your side. So you have basically probably one behind, one in front of you, and one to your left.
A 15-foot cube originating from me. I'm assuming can get all 3 of them, or at least 2 of them.
trying to like put this together in the 3D space because this is always a pain in the ass. Because the cube can start at the point basically. It has to start in front of you because otherwise you'd be casting it from behind you and you'd be in your own Thunderwave. So you can for sure Thunderwave one of the three of them easy enough. I don't know if you could do two at that angle because the spell template is going to give you, the square and the way space works. I'd say you could maybe get the two that are not grappling you. I don't know if you could get enough of an angle on that cube in front of you to get the one that's grappling you as well as another one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'll give you the two that are not because there's a little bit more space and movement and objects between you to get that line right if you'd like. But
And I'm next to the ship now, right?
yeah, you're still probably, I'm gonna say you're 15 feet. Like this little conglomerate is still floating like 15 feet away from the ship, but like in the ship's gravity well still.
All right, and the shark is right next to me now, though, right? Because dude hit me or tried
Yeah,
to.
he's the one on your left. And Mike is dangling off your foot.
Yeah,
And
I don't know why
Tig's
he's not like trying to help here. He's really starting to irritate me.
Self-preservation, man.
Yeah. I guess so. Can I jump from the shark? Like push off of the shark?
No, because you don't have any movement.
Jumping? Oh, right, because I don't have movement. All right. Don't suppose you guys would take a peaceful surrender?
Did you just say that?
Yeah.
All right, give me just a moment. Sorry, my wife's calling. Sorry about that. I had to order my Wendy's. All right.
Good.
So you say that, and I think Keetra's just going to kind of chuckle at you, just like, yeah, sure.
That did not sound convincing.
I mean, just roll an insight check. I don't know.
Jeez. I'm sorry, I can never hear someone say insight check in this game and not laugh now.
I know I hate that insight is ruined as a whole thing for us.
We, in case you couldn't figure it out, we had a player in a previous campaign who like tried to insight check everything, including fellow players.
No, he would only insight. This is the reason it became a thing. Is he would only insight fellow players when he knew metagame wise we were lying in character.
Oh, that's the worst.
And he was playing a druid, so he had a really good insight.
That is the worst.
And it's like you never call it when you don't know we're lying. Like just that's the problem.
Got it. Fuck. Is this active insight, like turn action style?
No, you can just have it. I mean, this insight. Rarely will I make an insight a full action, like unless you're really trying to discern something. For the most part, this is just a.
No, I'm
This
just
guy
like,
chuckles and says, "Sure." Like you're like, "What's your read?" Immediately,
yeah.
your read. So your read on that is not that he's trying to hide anything or be like, deceptive about it at all. It's more like he always thought this would be the outcome. Like you're just so little to him that he's like, yeah. I mean, it's like an ant asking for surrender. Like I'm not going to step on you. Like that's kind of the read you get.
Okay, perfect. I'll play into that. All right. Well, I surrender then. I'm in over my head, too big for my britches. Was just trying to get gold medals from the Spelljammer Academy or whatever they give you there. So, my bad. I'm stupid.
Well, that'll teach you to follow the Spelljammer Academy now, won't it?
I mean, I don't know any other way. Like a Spelljammer ship just picked me up, and now I'm just trying to be a hero, you know?
Up here, you know what the definition of a hero is, kid?
I just got my ass beat, so probably something along those lines.
Somebody who gets other people killed.
Well, did I get anybody else killed yet?
We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I'm sure the Mercane will have a lot to talk to you about. So the one that saws you grappled, the other one, not Kichu. Kichu kind of like floats away and heads back towards the ship on his own and, hops off the shark and goes inside. The one that's in front of you starts taking all your shit.
All right, just be careful with it, all right? It's like that staff was from my mentor, and I just, it means a lot to me. I lost it once. It turned into a pile of ashes or something. It was crazy.
Nah, they're not going to be mean. They don't, dislike you. They just don't care about you. So, I was like, would he be an asshole? Nah, this guy probably wouldn't be an asshole. So he's just taking it and pretty much ignoring you as he takes everything. So,
All right.
I guess dump all your inventory for a bag for me at some point, and we'll just, that'll be that. But they also tie you up, and then the ship kind of maneuvers up, catches you, and you get bound. And then they are going to cast. Nope, they don't have anything for that. That is for them only. Never mind. But they are going to basically. You're always going to have eyes on you. They take you and Mike in and put you back in the galley. But now instead of being behind a closed door, there's always a Githyanki in there with you from here forward.
Okay.
So if you'd like to try to do something during my next part of narration, feel free to stop and say, I would have tried to do this at some point. But basically, once they get you in, get everybody cleaned up, it kind of goes back to it as usual again. If you try to talk to the guards, they don't really respond to you. If Keecher's in there and you try to talk to him, he kind of mainly just chuckles at you, but largely you're ignored, just watched. And then over the course of the next 10 days.
So I would work on Keytree a little bit, trying to ask him questions that I think I could appeal to his ego or his sense of largeness and my smallness. What's it like to work for Mercane? I have never known anything other than that. Obviously the Spelljammer school didn't do me any good. What does that feel like, being so powerful and just literally just slather that shit on, trying to make him think that I am interested or that I would be of service or any of those things, which I'm not lying to him about. I would be of service or interested in things. I just, for the sake of brevity, if we're going through 10 days, that is what my aim would be.
All right. Largely you get from Keetru. You've played Baldur's Gate 3. You know how Lae'zel is.
Yeah.
She's pretty stereotypical. They kind of nailed Githyanki attitude.
Mm-hmm.
largely that's what you get. You get short, one-word answers. He doesn't really engage in conversation while he's in there. Like you'll ask this like long-winded question of like, how does what's it like working for this guy or whatever, and he's just like easy, and like just moves on with whatever he's doing.
All right.
It's largely that's kind of the relationship you develop. Showing that interest, like you definitely tell that like that bridges the gap. Like he doesn't answer questions about Spelljammer Academy or like what they're doing or anything like that. He just completely ignores you. But when you ask about like the idea of it being good to work for the Mercane or like him being good at something, that's when he gives you those like short, curt answers.
Okay. I would just, assuming I can have a long rest at some point, like, I'm not going to be, like, trying to break out and use spells or anything, but I would be, like, in there druid crafting and just, like, using my cantrip to try to, like, keep myself occupied, like, leaves falling in the room and, like, animal sounds to remind me of home, stuff like that.
So you would for sure get long rests. Like you're gonna get a whole bunch of those. Anytime you do try to use magic, like the moment you start to try to use magic, whatever Githyanki is guarding you immediately kind of steps up to you, like with his blade drawn, and it's just no, like that. They just no.
It's just leaves, man. It's just reminded me of home.
And it's just a blade.
I mean, you hit me with them before, I guess.
So they're very adamant that you're not going to be doing druid shit.
Okay, I mean, speaking of that blade, it's got some nastiness on it. You want me to take care of that for you?
They would have cleaned them.
Okay.
Just to so like they are very warrior. Like I'm thinking kind of a little more Klingon than the Githyanki from Baldur's Gate 3.
Made you look.
They are a warrior race still, though. But
okay.
So.
Boring. Can I not make any leaves or anything? Like, what do you like? Do you want me to make a
silence?
Well, that's what I like. That. I'm way too bored for silence. Like I was being quiet when I was casting leaves all around, but now that I can't do that, noise is the only thing I can do. I can keep my mouth shut if you want me to, and then I will telepathically say to him, but I can just make noise with my brain, so that's not going to do us any good. Oh, man. If only I could make leaves fall. I mean, I can make leaves fall, you just don't like it for some reason. Scared of leaves. Big old powerful Githyanki. Scared of leaves. I'm just going to be murmuring nonsense like that until I'm allowed to cast leaves again, and if I'm never allowed to cast leaves, then I'm going to do that. Period.
All right, well, yeah, you spend a lot of time murmuring nonsense to Githyanki as they rotate it. Like, the ones that rotated to guard you, just you're going to be your friends at the end of this, but yeah, they for sure got an earful or a mindful or whatever. Both. Like, both. I'm assuming it's both, like, just a lot of talk. And probably even Mike at a certain point, it's just like, dude, just shut up. Just stop, man. They're not going to do it.
Even Mikein, wow.
That's right, Mike.
Okay, Mike probably after about a week, he finally cracks and it's just like, dude, stop.
I can't help myself, man. I'm so
You
bored.
are what makes Mikein go into his villain arc.
So bored. Would it help you if I put you unconscious, Mikein, that way you wouldn't have to listen to me?
It's like, you're tied up, man. I'm tied up at this point. Like, fuck, like, what are you gonna do?
I would assume I would shape change into a gigantic fucking bear, because that would absolutely break whatever is holding me right now.
Yeah, do you want to do that fight again? Like, I mean,
kind of. It was good practice.
Is it worth it to just knock me out?
It depends on how smart your mouth gets. You know what I'm saying? Not normally. I came here to save you, bro. But now you're giving me shit.
I'm just saying you could talk to me. It's been a week of you asking them to just if you could make leaves. They know you've asked, man. You made it clear. That's all I'm saying.
I'll whisper and make one little leaf and give it to Mikein. I whisper my little Hakuna Matata druid speech and just give him a leaf.
Roll me a sleight of hand to see if you can get off a secret spell casting.
All right. Hey, 17.
Yeah, so you definitely get the casting off. As you're like passing the leaf or blowing the leaf to it, the Githyanki will cut the leaf in half and just be like, "I said no."
Come on, man. It was left over from the last time I did it. Fine. I guess more of this, and to save Myken the heartache of hearing me talk, I will only telepathically talk from now on directly into the Githyanki's heads.
Okay. Cool. All right. Myken has no qualm anymore. He kind of just embraces the silence of a day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, a few more days pass, and you guys are gonna make it to a fun place.
That doesn't.
I'm sure you guys can see everything, but
40 seconds. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Sai, can you see this whole map?
No. Dark.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That's what I wanted. I guess I will add you to this scene. Does Lorander not have dark vision? He has dark vision, right?
Does he? He is a custom lineage, right?
I am back.
I don't know. Do you have dark vision?
I do. 60 feet of it.
Oh, okay, you can see. You just don't see the doors.
Oh no!
Okay,
Somewhere along the way, Kirk got captured.
Oh no! Nah, I'm just kind of dropping you in so you have vision.
I know.
Kirk, long time no see, buddy.
I saw myself there. It's like, no!
So yeah,
Oh my
after
God, last 10
abducted.
days.
After about 10 days, you kind of end up here at this station, and I'm going to give you some stuff that like you kind of notice as you're going through and being put somewhere.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to call it up to that part because I kind of want, at least narratively, the people like Shok and Evan to be around for any of the actual motivation stuff, so that you don't have to like physically go over anything again.
All right.
But yeah, so like you come up to this station, and this area that you come in here is this large docking area, and you can tell that there's storage everywhere. Like the doors that open here, like could fit a lot of the smaller Spelljammer ships. Like could almost entirely fit in here. Like it's a big area. Obviously the bigger ships aren't fitting, but you know there's crates everywhere. They're marked illicit substances, like all that kind of shit, right?
Yep.
All right, and then as you go through this way, a nice little hallway. You come out into here, you find another little junction with a door that heads north and east. You are led, and most of the crew. So when the ship docked, because this one they just docked because it's just you and Mike that they're kind of handing off. There's a lot of crew change out. You do notice that there's just a lot of people around for this kind of operation. So basically, that kind of whole crew kind of switches out for the most part. You get handed off. Keitru at this point, when you finally get here, heads off and lets them take you off to this side. Then he presumably is heading off north, and then you get put in here. And basically, you're told to. They're like, wait, we'll come get you when we have stuff to worry about.
Okay.
And they put just you in here. at that junction, they would have basically taken Mike in to go up that other way.
Okay.
And they'd kind of drop you in here, and this is a generic cell is kind of what I'm going to go with. Like there is a table, a chair, a pretty hard bed, and like a toilet.
Okay. It looks like the floor is grating. Is that the way it is, or is that just background image?
It was so hard to find a fucking space station map. It's not grating. It's definitely has like steel plates and stuff, but and Magitech was the word I was looking for like 8 sessions ago. Like all the lights and the way propulsion works in here is kind of a Magitech system. Like you get the feeling that like the lights are some variation of like the light spell, and like all the consoles and shit are the same situation.
From
But
from the door. Sorry.
As far as like a lot of this stuff goes, like you see that there's like viewports, like there's small, like probably 6-inch tall by 10-inch wide little ports that you could look outside and see the realm space if you wanted, but that's about it for this thing.
Underneath, around the doors and windows, is there space enough for a spider?
Not for these doors. These doors are much more of that futuristic, like the doors seem to like be basically right on it. I mean, potentially you might be able to squeeze through, but you don't know. Like from a glance, it looks like nothing could really fit through. It looks like it is connected somehow, but
all right,
you don't know.
So theoretically, how I've envisioned Druid in the past is if I turn into a wild shape and then I am resting, right? Like, am I regaining my wild shapes for a short rest? Like, I can sleep as a dog for...
I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, I figure you could sleep as an animal.
So what I would like to do is wild shape into a small spider and then just rest on the bottom side of the door closest to where the hinges are. Like on the door. That way when the door opens, I could just crawl down the bottom.
All right. Well, so you go to wild shape and it doesn't work.
My wild shape doesn't work?
Yep.
I tried a druid craft.
You go through the motions, the magic just doesn't flow.
What the hell? These motherfuckers. Alright, then I'll just stand in the door frame until somebody shows up.
Man, they don't even have to be there to tell you no about your leaves and shit now.
Right? Bastards.
I'll say, well, now you're in a much different area with much more fun tools at my disposal. I mean, so to give you the effect, like when you walked into this room, you definitely felt a disconnect of magic. I don't want to spell it out too much, but that's a feeling you would have had.
Sure.
I've always wondered, is that like if you yourself were a cell phone and you lost Wi-Fi service?
Yeah, probably that's what it feels like, yeah. The reason for the delay in the wild shape thing is I had to look up if it actually worked on wild shape or not.
All right.
Turns out this does.
All right, I will just wait patiently then. No other choices.
Yeah, okay. So this kind of brings us, you're probably, so I'd say you probably don't really get anything. About 6 hours later, somebody probably like opens a slot in the door and like slams in some like crappy food and like shuts it. You know, like they're very non-engagey at this point still. And then probably another few hours before anything's actually going to happen with you specifically. Like they're doing other stuff at this moment. But this does put you about that should bring you a little bit past where everybody else is timeline wise.
All right.
So now things are going to be happening at least roughly in sync. And the next thing that'll happen is, they're going to come get you to go talk to somebody, obviously, but we'll that's the part I kind of want to do with everybody around and whatnot, and we can start there, and then I got to figure out still what they're going to do with those idiots, because I just don't know what they would do with those guys.
Sounds good to me.
Like if they'd send them on a mission or not, but
sounds like they're going on one regardless. So
exactly. Well, maybe, I don't know.
Right.
They may get vaporized.
Shit happens. That's what we need. We need a TPK in this bitch.
Just throw us out the airlocks. And then they can decide they want to throw you out of the airlock. Just so happens that everyone decided we were the airlock type.
Yep. Just meet in wild space.
I think the next few series of conversations are going to be very interesting for Lorander.
Time will tell.
I just hope that your buddies don't pick a fight that they can't win.
Impossible.
Impossible. All right, but yeah, I mean that gets you here. I don't know what you could have done to get away from that ship, honestly. Like, even the Starlights are like, while it was a good idea, it doesn't have an air bubble to support you for that travel.
The octopus has a breath holding thing.
Yeah, but Myken dies.
Yeah, well. Self-preservation.
Small price to pay.
Self-preservation. So.
I mean that's fair. I just it would have been. It was always going to be tough to get off that ship.
Would have been cool though. Would have been cool. They come to rescue me, and I'm just frozen dead on a shark on my way back to Spelljammer.
Just the Myken behind you.
Yep, Myken, like a cape on my back. Just frozen solid, waving in the non-wind.
That would have been cool, though.
All right, I'm going to kill the recording.
Yeah, that'll work.